स्वाध्याय टीवी डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Namaste dear students, I Dr. Himanshu Patel welcome you from the Chaitanya studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. We are in lecture series on mobile application development in Android. In last session, we have learned about OpenGL ES works, that is Open Graphics Library for Embedded Devices. We have discussed fundamental classes in OpenGL ES, how to declare OpenGL requirement in your manifest file, how to map physical coordinate with screen coordinates, and how to draw basic shape in OpenGL ES. We have taken one practical example where we draw triangle in center of screen and we discuss very basic concepts of OpenGL ES programming. In today's session, we will learn about notifications. Before we start, well, let us have discussed what we are going to learn in this lecture. So, today we learn what is notification, when to use notification, how to create, update and clear notification, how to vibrate your phone for giving notification, how to blink the light and how to play sound to alert user. We will also discuss notification customization. So, let us start with what is notification. We know that normally services do not interact with user, it runs in background. So, for application or services often need to communicate with user even when the application is not actively running. That means, our application or service is not in foreground, but it runs in background. So, application can alert user with text notification, vibration, blinking lights and even by playing audio. Android supplies these indicators which are collectively known as a notification. So, basically notification is used to alert user by either display text message in your status bar or by vibrating your phone or by blinking light of phone or by playing some music or sound. So, these all is possible with the help of notification. Today, we learn about notification, but before that you need to include permission required for vibration. Android notification give fine level of control over how vibration is performed. That means, you can decide how in which rhythm vibration is to be performed. To use vibration with a notification, we require an explicit permission and the permission is shown in a red line on your screen. It is android.permission.vibrate and these line must be included in your manifest file in order to use vibration. Now, we discuss what are the component of notification. So, as discussed earlier, simple notification has a number of important components like an icon which appears on status bar and full notification. Then we have ticker text which appears on status bar, then notification title text which also appears in full notification, and there is a message or notification body text which also appears in full notification. Then we have an intent launches if the user click on the full notification. Where to return once notification is clicked is decided by this intent. So, these are the various components of notification. When to use notification? So, application can use notification to improve the user experience. Now, we take one example. Suppose an email application is running in background. So, an email application might notify user when new message or email arrives. Similarly, a newsreader application might notify user when there are new articles to read. Then a game might notify user when friend has signed in or sent an invitation to play or beat a high score. If we have weather application, it might notify user of special weather alerts. So, I hope you understand when to use notification. So, these are the few examples which describes the needs for notification. In this case, we can use notification. For using notification, we have notification manager class. All notifications are created with the help of notification manager. The notification manager is available in android.app package, and it is a system service that must be requested. We have requested for network services earlier. So, here we are requesting notification services. So, you can see on the screen a red line indicates how to request notification service. So, first is a notification manager class, then NM is object of type notification manager, and we call get system service method, and in argument we pass notification services. So, it returns notification manager and which is referenced by object with name NM. So, these code you must write down before actual creating and notifying notifications. Next, we look at it how to create actual notification. First, we acquire this notification service, then we create notification. So, to create notification, we declare one object of type notification that you shown on screen. First notification with capital N is a class and small notification is a object, and we create its instance using new operator, and we call method of notification class name builder. So, here this builder object build method is used to create notification. So, first we create notification builder object, and in argument we provide context which is our application context, and once this object is available we can call its various methods like set content title, content text, small icon, number, vibrate, etc. And finally, we have to call build to actually create notification. So, this is one example of how to create a notification. Now, we discuss some of the methods of notification builder class. So, on screen you can see there are methods and its description is available. The first method is set auto cancel, and it takes one boolean argument. If it is true, the notification is automatically cancelled, and if it is false, it is cancelled manually. So, it makes this notification automatically dismissed when the user touches it. Then we have method called set color, which takes integer argument which represent your color. So, it sets color. Then we have set content. In set content we can specify remote view, which is nothing but one layout which represent custom notification. So, it supplies a custom remote view to use instead of the platform template. Then we have set content info method, which takes character sequence or string as an argument, and it is a small piece of additional information pertaining to this notification. Then we have set content intent, which represent your pending intent, and it supplies a pending intent to be sent when notification is clicked. Now, let us look at some other methods. Next method is a set content text. So, it takes character sequence as an argument, and it sets the second line of text in the platform notification template. Then we have set content title method, which also takes string as an argument, and it sets the first line of text in platform notification template, that means inbuilt template. Then we have set large icon, and it takes argument of type bitmap, which represent your large icon, and it add a large icon to the notification and the ticker on some devices. Then we have set light method available for specifying blinking of lighting. The first argument is the color of light, second specifies how much time your light should be on in millisecond, and third argument specifies how much time your light should be off in millisecond. So, it sets the desired color for the indicator LED on the device as well as the blink duty cycle. That means, this much time your light is on and off ms time your light is off. So, it repeated until you accept the notification. Then we have method called set number, which takes integer argument and it sets the large number at the right hand side of the notification. Suppose we have same notification, the first notification may be number 1 and updated notification may be numbered 2. So, this number is used to identify the number of notification. Then we have set small icon method, which works like set large icon, but it represent your small icon. Then we have set sound method, which takes URI as a sound and it specifies the sound that is played when notification is generated. Then we have set vibrate method, which takes long array as a argument and it sets the vibration pattern to use. That means, the rhythm of vibration is specified in long array, that we discuss shortly. Then we have set when method, which specifies a time step pertaining to the notification. So, when these notifications should be generated is specified by set when method. And finally, we have set ticker method, which takes argument as a character sequence and it sets the ticker text, which is sent to accessibility services. So, these are the few methods of builder class, but there are certain additional methods also available that you can use. For that, you have to refer to documentation available on developer site. Now, we discuss notification queue. So, notification queue is a nothing but queue of notification. When the application is ready to actually notify the user of the event, all that is needed is to call notify method of the notification manager with the identifier and the notification we configured. This is demonstrated with this code shown in red line. So, here first we created notification manager object, which is used to notify. So, here notifier is a notification manager object and notify is its method. First specifies its argument and second specifies notification object. So, notification manager method notify is used to actually send notification and first argument represent ID and second argument represent our notification object, in which we have set different property using builder object methods. So, there may be multiple notifications available in system and this is known as a notification queue, and once you accept notification or cancel notification, it is dismissed, and suppose you open that notification, whatever action specified in your intent will be generated. Suppose we have one notification is available and we want to update something on that notification. We need not to regenerate notification, but what we can do is we can update notification. So, when the notification identifier matches, the old notification is automatically updated, and when a notification with matching identifier is posted using notify method, the ticker text does not draw a second time, but it just updates first one. To show the user that something has changed, you can use a counter. The value of the number member variable of the notification object tracks and display these. For example, first we shown to user that our meeting is scheduled on 3 p.m. Now, same notification is given for rescheduling of meeting at 5 p.m. So, what we can do is we can create one object, notification object with same ID, and when you notify these, it will display updated message on same notification if it is there. So, this is how we can update notification. Then suppose we want to discard our notification, So, application might want to clear the notification from the system notification queue. This is done through a call to cancel method of the notification manager object. The notification with ID 1 could be cancelled with the code shown in red line. What to do when I want to cancel all the notification? Then what you can do is you can call cancel all method. These cancel all method will call all the notification irrespective of its ID. So, suppose you want to cancel notification one by one, you can use this ID, and suppose you want to cancel all the notification, you can use cancel all method. So, this is how we can discard notification programmatically, or user can discard it. How to blink the light? Now, remember these features should be available in your phone. So, blinking light are a great way to pass information silently to the user when other forms of alerts are not appropriate. For example, you want to display something urgent without making noise. What you can do is you can blink the phone. The Android SDK provides reasonable control over a multicolored indicator light when such a light is available on the device. Remember, these light must be available on device. User might recognize these light as a service indicator or battery level warning. An application can take advantage of these light as well by changing the blinking rate of color of the light. So, you can also control how to blink these light. For example, based on priority or based on application, you can decide the blinking rate also. So, that is how you can differentiate more important and less important messages. So, this feature is also supported by notification, but remember it must be available or supported by the phone. Hardware must be available on phone. This is example of how to blink a light. On screen you can see that we have to set 3 argument, which you can also specify using set light method of notification builder class. So, LED ARGB specifies color, on MS specifies time for light on in millisecond, and off MS specifies light off time in millisecond. So, here I write down notification dot flags or equal to notification dot flag show lights. So, these flag must be set in order to blink the light, and 3 arguments specifies color and on and off time for your light. So, this is how we can blink light. Now, next we want to play sound or make noise. So, sometimes the handset has to make noise to get the user attention. So, by playing certain sound, like in alarm we play sound. So, this is how you can get user attention. The Android SDK provide means for using the notification object. Begin by configuring the audio stream type to use when playing a sound. Generally, the most useful stream type is a stream underscore notification. You can configure the audio stream type on your notification as shown in screen. Here we write down notify dot audio stream type is equal to audio manager dot stream notification. Now, you can assign a valid URI object to the sound member variable, and that sound plays when the notification is triggered. We have discussed one method set sound. So, this method takes one URI. So, you can also use this method to play a sound. Now, what you have to consider while designing useful notification is listed on screen. So, these point you have to keep in mind while designing a notification. So, first point is only use notification when your application is in the background. So, for foreground application you can use toast, but for background you have to use notification. Then allow the user to determine what type and frequency of notification they will receive, as well as what event to trigger notification for. For example, you want to set text for user, lights in form of light, in form of sound, in form of vibration, what type of notification user requires, that you have to consider. Then whenever possible, update and reuse an existing notification instead of creating new one. That means, you have to update notification if it belongs to same using ID. Then you have to clear notification regularly so as not to overwhelm the user with the dated information. That means you can always cancel your notification or set auto cancel to true in order to discard or remove notification regularly. Then when in doubt, generate polite notification. That means you have to use message which is polite for notification. Then make sure your notification contain useful information in the ticker, title and body text field and launch sensible intents. That means your notification should be appropriate in content as well as in appearance and final action also. So, these are the tips for designing useful notification. Now, we demonstrate one practical application to use notification in your application. So, let us start by writing one application which use notification. So, here I write down one activity to use notification for you. This is our main activity and we have one layout called activity underscore main dot XML. We begin by activity underscore main dot XML file. So, here is our layout file which you can see on the screen. So, here is a first button which displays display notification, and when this button is pressed we generate notification, and these update notification button demonstrate how to update existing notification and how to clear notification is demonstrated by third button with caption clear notification. When this button is pressed, our earlier notification is automatically clear, and these last button with caption sound notification will demonstrate how to play a sound when notification is generated. So, this is our interface. Here we take 4 button and this is a in by default text view which displays notification demo, and you can see the ID for these buttons on component tree, which is button display, button update, button clear and button sound. Now, what to do when these buttons are pressed? Let us have look in main activity. So, here is our main activity file and we declare 4 button, button display, button update, button clear and button sound, and we have object of type notification manager for getting notification services. So, this object is used to acquire notification services. Now, inside on create of activity, we first set our content view to our layout file using set content view method, then we acquire notification services in NM, which is notification manager class, using highlighted line, and then we take reference of our 4 button, which is button display, button update, button clear and button sound, which represent our button in design time. And when first button, which is display notification, is pressed, what to display is write down inside on click method of button display. So, this is highlighted portion is our code for generating notification. So, what we do is first we create one intent, and inside intent we given 2 argument. First is application content and second is a main activity class. So, we want to open same activity when notification is open. So, here we specify main activity dot class in second argument. Then you can put something inside intent also. Here I place notification ID key with value 1. So, this notification represented with ID 1. This is again optional. If you require, you can place data inside intent to be used by activity. Here we create pending intent. So, in pending intent we get instance using pending intent dot get activity. The first argument is a context, second argument is a request code which is 0, third represent intent which is I in our case, and last is a flag, and normally we set flag to 0. So, we have created one pending intent and one intent. Then we write down how to create notification. This code we have discussed in theory. So, here we create instance of notification builder using new notification dot builder, and inside this we supply application context as a argument. Now, once this builder is available, this much code represent notification builder. So, once this builder is created, we can call various methods. So, here you can see the first is a content title which displays system alarm, second is a content text which displays meeting is at 3 p.m. and then we set small icon. Now, I have already placed these icon inside my drawable folder that you can see here. So, this is a icon.png file that I use for set small icon. Then these set number is sets number for our notification as a 1, and finally, we set vibration for our notification. These array represent pattern of our vibration, and you can include any number of value inside these array. Then finally, we set content intent as a pending intent, and actual notification is generated using build method, and these flag must be used for using lights, but here we are not using any light, but we just display it for your reference. And then we have to actually generate notification by using notify method of notification manager. One is a ID for our notification, and second is a notification object with property set using all these methods. So, when this method is called, notification is displayed in your status bar. Now, how to update these? Suppose our meeting is rescheduled at 5 p.m. So, how to update this? You have to just do same thing that is specified in display, but here we just update our message that meeting is rescheduled at 5 p.m. and when you set number to 2, which is displayed on right hand side of notification, here for updated notification the number is identified as a 2, and here we set slide to red with 1 second on time and 1 second off time, but remember this feature must be supported by phone. So, we have made two changes. First, we change our message, then second change we set light also, and here we set flags. So, this is how we notify, but remember here ID is same as a previous notification. So, earlier notification is updated with this message and blinking light if it is supported. So, this is how we can update notification. Then how to play sound? So, what I have do is I have put one sound inside raw folder of my resource folder. So, inside resource there is a raw folder and inside which you can put raw sound data. So, here I copy one file sound.wma for playing sound. So, here we created intent and pending intent as earlier. We created builder instance, we set content title, we set content text, we set small icon, we set number, we set vibration and we set content intent to pending intent and we built message. Now, how to add sound? So, here we use sound property or you can use set sound method also. So, here notification dot sound property is set to URI which represent our row file stored in a row folder. So, android.resource is a identifier and colon and backslash, then we have to specify our package name and then you have to append your sound ID which is r.row.sound. So, these represent our sound stored in row folder, and remember this is a package name. So, you have to replace your package name when you create same program, and finally, we notify using all this property as well as sound. So, this is how we can play sound in a notification, and we can cancel all notification using cancel all method, or you can use just cancel and ID. So, first method will clear all notification and second method will clear only notification with ID 1. Here we want to cancel all the notifications. So, I use cancel all, you can also use cancel 1, and when our activity is destroyed we again call cancel all, so that pending notifications are not there. So, here we call cancel all method of notification manager in on destroy. So, this is how our entire application works. Now, we want to test this application on a real phone. So, I connect my phone to this computer and I am pressing this run app button. So, here you can see on the screen it will asking me to launch my application in my real phone. So, I am selecting choose a running device and then press OK. Here on screen you can see our application is installed on real phone. Now, I am pressing display notification button. So, it displays notification in our system tray. Here in last you can see my notification is showing title system alarm and message as a meeting is at 3 p.m. and my icon is also displayed, and when I touches this notification or open this notification, it will return me back to the main activity and I can cancel it by swiping on the screen. So, here I am just pressing this notification. So, it will return me back to my main activity. Now, I want to update this notification with message that the meeting is rescheduled at 5 p.m. So, what I can do is instead of creating new notification, I can update notification. So, I am pressing update notification button and it again displays one notification, but now it displays meeting is rescheduled at 5 p.m. and if I click on this, it will return me back to original activity. I can clear this notification by pressing clear notification button. So, I am here pressing clear notification button. Now, you can see my notification has gone because it is cancelled. And finally, I want to play sound using sound with notification. So, I am pressing last button which is sound notification. So, you can hear that sound is pressed, this sound is continuously played until I acknowledge this notification. So, now sound is stopped. So, this is how our application works. So, friends, today we have learned how application can interact with their user outside the normal activity boundaries by using notification. Notification can be visual, auditory or use the vibrate feature of the device. Then we discuss various methods that can customize this notification to provide rich information to user, and we discussed special care must be taken to provide the right amount of appropriate information to the user without the application becoming a nuisance or the application being installed and forgotten about. I hope you enjoy this session. Thank you and happy learning.
स्वाध्यायः परमं तपः।
स्वाध्याय टीवी